Hi there, this is Doris Benter from Library Arts, and I want to thank you for joining me for the program today. We're going to be creating a really fun card, perfect for a Father's Day gift. So it looks like an ordinary hamburger, doesn't it? Well, let's see what happens when we open this up. It is more than just a regular hamburger. It's like a super Big Mac for Dad. So we're going to have some fun learning how to make this today. You're going to need a sheet of copy paper, pencil, a few markers, crayons, and or color pencils. I look forward to showing you how to make this fun, expanding hamburger card for Dad. Let's get started with our expanding hamburger card. So today what you're going to need to do is you're going to just need some simple paper, pencil, and then we can get started. And this paper is just copy paper. It's just 8.5 by 11. It's in portrait orientation or vertical, like the pencil here. The first thing we're going to be doing is a little paper folding. Very simple paper folding. We're going to take the bottom edge of our paper in its portrait orientation. We're going to bring it all the way up to the top so that we have basically folded our paper in half. Once we get the edges lined up, we're just going to pinch it and press it like that. Okay, so you have a half sheet of paper with 2 layers. You have the top layer of paper here, and you have the bottom half below. You're just going to pick up that top half. You're going to fold it back to the fold line you just made right down here, and you're just going to line up the edges of the paper and pinch and press again. So this is going to turn this paper into that expanding paper later on. So we're going to leave it like this as we start our drawing. And the first thing that we're going to want to do right now is we're going to want to start to draw the top of the hamburger. So we're going to start here near the edge of the paper. We're going to make a big dome shape as if this were the top of a burger bun, just like that. I'm going to put just a little bit of, it looks like maybe ketchup or mustard coming in here. That's going to just line up with the edge of the fold, okay? We're going to next draw a nice, juicy burger. So that's kind of on the thick side. It's just sort of a soft rectangle. And then at the bottom, we're going to draw the bottom of the burger. And we're going to make sure that we just take the sides that start from the bottom of this burger slab here all the way down to the edge of our paper. So now you can see how eventually this is going to turn into what looks like the top of the burger bun. I'm going to curve this one in just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Okay, the top of our burger bun, the first burger, the bottom of the burger bun, and then all that fun stuff's going to go in between here. Alrighty. Now on top of my burger bun, I think I'm going to put some little sesame seeds to make it feel like a sesame seed bun like you might get at a burger joint. Like this. Just little circular shapes, just randomly sprinkled. And to give that burger a little bit of texture, I'm just going to draw some pencil lines in there to sort of suggest a kind of crumbly texture, like that. Now, I'm going to stop here, and then in the next little video, we're going to talk about drawing the inside of the burger. Okay, welcome back. We have, just a moment ago, we drew the top of the burger bun with a little bit of ketchup or mustard, whatever you want, cheese, the burger on the bottom here, and the bun on the bottom. Now we're going to fill in all the layers that make this a triple whopper ginormous burger for Dad, okay? So we're going to add a little bit of that condiment on top. That might be, again, ketchup or mustard, whatever you want. And we're going to add about the same size that you did down here, another sort of soft rounded rectangle shape that represents, again, a burger. So you're gonna have a burger here and a burger on the bottom. Again, I'm just gonna put in those lines that suggest kind of a crumbliness to the burger. Now, this might be cheese, this might be mustard or ketchup. If it is ketchup, maybe you want to put a layer of cheese. I know my son loves, cheese, or this could be the cheese and that could be the ketchup, whatever you want. So that's going to be all melty, dripping down the sides. Then I personally like lettuce on my burger, so I'm just going to do a kind of a craggly line here that suggests a big lettuce leaf. It's just kind of crooked and craggly, nothing fancy. And again, just a few lines to add a little bit of texture there. Underneath that, I happen to think onions are popular on burgers, so I'm just going to put some flat ellipses with a kind of a spiral in the middle to suggest a kind of onion ring shape. So just a couple lines that are short, flat, like coins, and then a little spiral to suggest onions. Next, I'm going to put some pickles, and the pickles are going to be green, like sliced pickles with a little rounded top, little straight lines to show a little texture, and they're just lined up like sliced pickle shapes here, like that. So we have a burger, we have maybe some melted cheese, we have some ketchup, maybe we want to put a little mustard underneath it. And now maybe I would like to put, in a Big Mac they have those soft burger buns that sort of separate the top from the bottom half of the burger. Then we're going to put another burger, or maybe this is the burger and this is the bun. You decide. You decide which one you think it should be. And then that's where either here or here, I think I might put it here where it's not going to be folded. You could put a message. I'm going to put, just in little block letters, I'm going to put happy. You could put Dad's Day. I'm just going to put happy Father's Day. And you can make this really colorful. Maybe you want to do rainbow letters. They don't have to be fancy letters at all. I like to just draw them in quickly. Then I can go back and clean them up if I need to later. Put a little apostrophe here. Here's my S. Oh, that's a challenging one. And then just day right here with a little A. And my Y coming over here, sort of like the other one. And I'll put, exclamation points. Okay, so under there, maybe some more mustard or ketchup. Maybe some more of those lettuce leaves. You decide, what does Dad like? Does he like mushrooms? Does he like onions? Does he like bacon? You could, make anything fun like that. Hey, why don't we do some bacon? Here's like a couple crispy bacon slices. Maybe Dad would like that. So it's a little different from my original card, but, again, just playing with the idea of what dads might like. Some, more pickles, because I happen to like pickles on my burger, like that. A little larger slice here, and maybe just a little bit one over here. And then finally, we have that room for whatever this is going to be. More melted cheese, mustard, ketchup, whatever you want. And then usually I don't see any sesame seeds on the bottom, so I'm not going to worry about that. So next, what I would do is I would go over the drawing with a black marker, going all over your pencil lines and then adding color. So I'm going to stop here, take the black marker over my drawing, and then come back and start talking about color. See you in a minute. Now, I have taken the time to outline everything in my expanding card in black marker. And now we're going to start adding some colors. So when you're collecting colors for the burger, think about the colors you'd see in a typical burger. So you want a range of browns and maybe golden yellows for the bread and the burger. You're definitely going to want a kind of maybe orange for cheese, yellow for mustard if you're going to have that. And I'm using a combination of color pencils here, but I'm also going to use some markers. So green for lettuce, the orange for cheese, maybe this red for ketchup, mustard, and I have a black marker if I need to touch anything up, and maybe some blue for the lettering down here. So make sure your paper is clean, your pencils are sharpened if you're using these. You of course can use crayons too. Use what you have. Don't feel like you have to use everything I'm using. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to block in a kind of a golden yellow color for the burger bun. And I'm just using a light layer of color pencil. I could blend color pencils with more than one color, which I often like to do to give it a little more depth to the color. So I'm going to lay down this color first, but perhaps I'll take one of my browns and put a little bit of brown on top, just again to give it a little bit more of a sort of a burger bun look without it being just one color. So, and you can see I'm not using delicate marks, I'm just using wide strokes, about medium pressure on the pencil. We don't need to put tons of pressure on the pencil, and it does the job just fine. So let me put that in there. Maybe I'll take a little bit of this light brown, and just to, again, to give it kind of an interesting tone, a combination of yellows and a little bit of brown like this. And I'm just holding the pencil by the side and using the side of the lead to fill that in. I like to go in and give the sesame seeds a little darkness for contrast. So I'm just going to take my color pencil in there and do that really quickly. So they're already outlined in black marker, and this is just going to make them pop out a little bit more, and it adds a little visual interest to your drawing too, just having that contrast of the dark against the lighter bun color. So if this is going to be the burger here, I'm thinking maybe I'll use a nice orange to suggest a slice of American cheese on top. I know my son will not order a burger without a slice of cheese on it. But again, think about maybe what your dad would want on his burger. Now I'm going to go into a darker brown because, let's face it, a burger, unless it's a turkey burger, which is something your dad might like, or a veggie burger, you could always do that, call it a veggie burger. It's typically going to be like a brown color. So again, I'm just quickly using my pencil to just shade it in with a medium pressure on the tip of my pencil. And I'll probably use the same color for each burger patty in the picture, like that. And I'm just going to take my black, and just to give it a little bit more of a charred look, I'm going to put a light layer of black throughout. And sometimes it's fun to just go back in and maybe add a little emphasis on some of the crusty, crumbly bits where you put those marker lines. So I'm just going to emphasize that a little bit with my black marker, but not everywhere. Okay, so what should this be? Well, I'm thinking ketchup. Definitely got to have ketchup on my burger. So it's kind of dripping over the sides a little bit. And this is marker. And I like marker for these types of things, the condiments, because it really is brighter and bolder. And I think that kind of is important for this picture to have some soft values with the burger, the bun. But some things should stand out a little bit more, like that. I'm thinking now perhaps having green would be good for the lettuce. And you know, I think after I do the lettuce, I'm thinking that these are gonna be, you know, I could do white onions, but visually that's not gonna be very great looking. And these, by the way, are highlighters I'm using here. And I'm using highlighters because it makes that pop of color, add, again, visual interest. I'm thinking that maybe a hot pink would be a great color for the onions because it makes me think of red onions. So I'm going to use this neon pink highlighter like that. And I'm just going to say all of this is red onion here. I could have put some mustard in there, but I'm going to save that, I think, for another area of the picture. So this is all red onion, which is in the kind of pink color, again, to make it pop. And then I don't want to have the exact same green for my pickles. So I'm going to use a darker green for the pickle slices in this. And then I think I might definitely bring in that yellow to make that mustard, because I haven't done the mustard yet. So this would be like the side of the pickles, little coin-sized slices. And then right above it where there's a little bit of an ellipse, like right here, I think I am going to go back to that lighter green just to add a little contrast. So there's that. I'll put a little light green right here. And you know what might be really fun is to use not just any yellow, but really a bright, again, going back to using those highlighters, which are really fun to bring a pop of color in. I'm going to use the highlighter to make a kind of really bright yellow for mustard. Okay, we're off to making another burger here. So again, we're just going to lightly color it in, like so. Just blocking in the color, just like I did up here before, filling in that burger. So do you remember what the next part is going to be, where it's a message? That's going to be like the Big Mac version of the breading in between. That Big Mac often has, you know, 2 all beef patties, sesame seed bun, but there's always this kind of bun in between the 2 halves of the all beef patties and all the condiments. So we're going to put in, this is going to be in a light color as if it is the breading. And that's also going to work because it's going to help the lettering stand out. Now I'm working fast on this, as you can see, but I'm doing that because I don't want to spend the entire time coloring. You can be coloring along now, or you might just want to watch this video first and then afterwards say, oh no, you know, I'm going to do my own drawing now, and then I'm going to do the color. And you know what, I can always, you know, replay the video to see what she did with the color, and then I can know what I can do. I'm going to take my highlighter again. You see that highlighter is showing up multiple times in my drawing because it really pops everything out. And so you have a lot of earth tones, you know, yellows, browns, oranges are all sort of in that earth tone, tans. So bringing in a pop of highlighter really makes that message stand out. And this could be pink lettering, it could be green lettering. I chose blue, you could do purple. I know I have a purple highlighter I could have used. So let's see, I got a burger here, I had mustard there. I think I'm gonna put some more of that orange cheese because I like to duplicate colors throughout the work so that we can get a nice balance of bright colors and the warm earth tones. So this is just like that. So we're gonna go back to the lettuce, like this. A lettuce leaf in here, and let's see, what's gonna be in it? Is that gonna be onions again underneath it? Oh no, it's not. I said I was making bacon. Oh yeah. So we're gonna make that into like a bacon strips. So what color is bacon? It's sort of like red, and then it's got like a white stripe where the sort of the fat of the bacon is. So again, you can imagine this to be mushrooms, bacon, whatever you want. I'm gonna do red and leave a little room for maybe like a red orange. Maybe I'll put a little red, and then I'm gonna put some orange on top of it. So it kind of feels again like bacon. You might even want to do a reddish brown color pencil like this. And you can say, oh yeah, that to me looks more like a bacony color, kind of that red brown with the white, which I'm going to fill actually with a beige in between it, like this. So these are my bacon slices. Then I'm going to take, I think I have a peach right here, and that will be sort of like the stripes of lightness on my bacon. Back to pickles. So the pickles are going to have light green tops, dark green bottoms. So just the top is going to be like the coin is going to be dark, light I mean, and the bottom will be much darker. What should I do around the bacon? Should that be mustard again? That might be good. Do I have enough ketchup? I feel like if I do red there, it's gonna look too dark next to the bacon slices. So I think what I'm gonna do there is put in yellow as if it's a little bit of mustard. So we got a little bit of mustard right near our bacon. Maybe it would be mayonnaise, whatever you guys want. Okay, then, of course, another piece of melty cheese, I think, on top of the last burger here. Should be sort of some melty cheese. And do you know what's coming next? It's going to be the same browns I used before down in the burger, and then I'll do the bun the same color I used up here. So I'm gonna stop here, let you color yours. I'm gonna come back and show you the finished burger. See you in a minute. So have you finished coloring in your burger all the way down to the bottom bun? Well, now you're just gonna need a pair of scissors, because what we're going to do is we're gonna cut out that burger going along these crookedy little edges. And you don't have to be perfect. Maybe I'm gonna trim off the bacon a little bit. I'm gonna go around the ketchup. You could fold it together into that folded way that you made it, but I like to just leave it open and go around the edges a little bit at a time. Take your time, you have no need to rush this. After all, you put a lot of time into coloring it, even though it's only an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You did take a lot of time to color it. So make sure you take your time with the cutting, and you're just cutting the edges. Don't worry about those folds you made in the paper, because we're going to come back to that in a minute. Let's see, almost done. Getting down to the bottom here, around that ketchup. I actually changed that. That was cheese before, and I said, you know, I don't think I have enough ketchup on this. I know if it were my burger, I would definitely want more ketchup. So I put some more ketchup on it and down around the bottom bun. Okay, so it looks like an extra tall burger now. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna flip it over and remind ourselves. Remember, we folded it in half, and then I said, you know, just fold that second. Oh, well, look at here. So when you look again, is fold it in half, fold one half down to the bottom, and you see how magically that burger comes together and looks like a completed burger? Well, I hope you have fun making this. I hope Dad gets a big laugh and a smile on his face when he opens up your wonderful Father's Day card. And I want to thank you so much for joining me to participate in this program today. This is Doris Benter from Library Arts. Thank you so much for being here today. Bye.